All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Amel Dias. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is your host, Harsh, again. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from whichever part you are tuning in, please. Uh, on behalf of GTCFX, a warm welcome once again. We are expecting, there are quite a few registrations, but we will expect them to join in a while. This is one of the most important stories that we are supposed to begin. So it is okay if we just wait for a few more seconds if you don't mind. Meanwhile, if you're, I think everyone has joined earlier sessions as well. If anyone joining in for the first time and needs some recordings, do let me know. And these sessions are your sessions. I'm just a facilitator here as always, and please do not hesitate to let me know if you need anything at all. And please kindly continue your chart practices and keep sending me your queries as well. We need to keep touch with the charts as we move forward. After the end of today's session, believe it or not, we are going to understand exactly and in a very simple manner how the market moves and what are the exact steps or the specific steps we need to take or we need to simply execute to find a high potential trade setup, whether it's an uptrend or a rising market or downtrend or a falling market. Yes, good afternoon, Karthik. I remember all of your names. Welcome, Mr. Khan, Mr. Dubey, and let's get started off with the session, right? Because it's a little bit long session, so kindly be prepared. That at least 45 minutes are going to go. Maybe we might extend 5 minutes more depending upon the participation. Okay, now the name given to this session is the game. That is trends and trend lines is the actual technical term. I suppose that we are all able to see the screen and also the audio is clear. I expect that we are all good to go ahead. Now the word game is in line with the human psychology or the human touch that we keep giving to the technical analysis part. Remember, the first session was the sign language, the second session was the rules, and after knowing the sign language and the rules, now the third session, which is one of the most interesting, is the game. That is how are we supposed to play the game now? All right, and that's why once you start giving a human touch to analysis, it becomes fun. And when you're doing something which is fun, it is not work actually. You start loving to do that. That's what we do every single day, numerous hours spending on charts. But it is still very interesting. Okay, a general disclaimer, warning. We would like to confirm that whatever we are going to discuss here should be should be taken only purely as an educational purpose. Of course, it is an educational webinar, so no doubt in it. Even the practicals that we will be touching base in the last part should be taken as purely education and not an inclination or an advice to trade or invest. Kindly look into your risk management as well before proceeding for any kind of trading and investing. Thank you. All right, so let's get started off. So this screen is trying to tell us a story that markets, they don't go in a straight line. For example, we have a beginning here. We have a beginning here and a potential target there. So the markets don't go in a straight line except for certain instance where you have a tremendous fundamental event happening or just happened, but that too is not continuous. It's a spike and then markets come down to their normal path. Now, ideally, 80 to 90% of the time. Now, this that news event also happens only 10% of the time. So we've got 90% of the market move in our hands. All right. So if we are able to control that 90%, which is uh, predictable, we should be good, correct? So this is the wave which ideally the market takes. Now, from this point onwards, please sit tight and listen carefully. And whenever if you feel that you got a doubt or a question, please stop me right there and let me know, because we need to make sure that we are all on the same page and nothing is kept uh, being cleared off. Okay, so let's get started. What it says is market moves in three steps. Let's say it starts from the beginning and it wants to reach the target. It does in three steps. In the next few weeks, we are going to change this, but for now, please remember it does in three steps. The first step is uh, shown here. We are not defining it, we'll define in the next story. Please remember, I was only asking four stories and you would see the transition. That's the first wave. The second wave comes a bit retracement. It's not a retracement. We don't know what is it right now. We'll talk about it in the next story. It's a pullback. We know what is a pullback now in the support and resistance story. And then there is another high. So market prints a high, bulls are active. It pulls back slightly. At some point in time, the pullback is over, and then it extends, or it begins or prints a new high. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, let's define now. Let's define the cycle. So the first starting point is, let's define it as A. The first high, let's define it as B. The pullback, when the pullback is complete, we define that point as C, and one more high above the previous high. So when the market prints a new high, we define it as a D. All right, so we have an A, B, C, D for one wave. Now this is one wave. This is one cycle. Two rules to be remembered, please. And these are rules, so kindly follow, because otherwise the plotting will go wrong. The first rule says C, point C, has to be always between A and B. I repeat, sir, point C always has to be between A and B. It cannot go below A. All right, that's the rule. And D will be significantly higher than B. It cannot be just equal or below the B point. All right, significantly higher than the previous high. The next screen defines a trend. So we have a trade cycle A, B, C, and D. All right. When such a trade cycle, more than one such trade cycles are formed or carved one after the other. One cycle completes, the second begins. Second cycle completes, the third begins. When we begin to see such trade cycles simultaneously, one after the other, it is called a trend. And the technical way to define a trend is when the market is making higher highs and higher lows. You can also define it as higher tops and higher bottoms. I like to define it as higher highs and higher lows. So technically, when markets are printing higher highs and higher lows, they are in an uptrend. Clear? Higher highs and higher lows. Till the time this sequence continues, the trend will continue. Okay? Now we need to focus back on the labeling, please. The first labeling has been done here, A, B, C, D. We all know the rules. C will always be between A and B, and D will always go way beyond B. Okay. Now look at this, please. After first A, B, C, D is complete, that is, after you have the first wave complete, please turn your C into A and D into B. So we don't want to go like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, unlimited. We just want to define ourselves within A, B, C, D. So C turns into A and D turns into B, all right? That's the next screen. C turns into A, D turns into B, all right? And you just need to, so we have a new AB boundary in our hands, and that would become a C point and the D point, correct? And again, C turns into A, D turns into B. They repeat themselves until the trend is intact. I hope we are all on the same page till now, please. Okay. All right, sir. Thank you, Mr. Khan, for the confirmation. So here is a pictorial representation of a potential uptrend. It's not a potential uptrend, it's an actual uptrend, sorry. And the way we would like to label it. All right. So please pay attention. A, B, C, D. Once the first A, B, C, D is complete, then we need to change C into A and D into B, not before that, please. A common mistake area is when you get into a habit of typing A, B, C slash A, D slash B, C slash A, D slash B. That is incorrect because we don't know whether D is going to happen or not, whether D is going to be print or not, all right? Please remember these rules. They are very simple rules, but they are so effective. You will come to know at the end of the session when we are doing practicals, you'll be amazed to know how powerful it is. Okay? So once again, A, B, C, D, the first AB is complete, C becomes A, D becomes B. Then another CD, A, B, C, D is complete, C becomes A, D becomes B. And it continues till the uptrend is intact. Okay? All right, next slide. Along with the trends, we would like to do the trend lines as well. Okay. Okay, Karthik, which one do you want me to repeat, please? Uh, see, I'll quickly go through the swings again. The first ABCD is the first cycles, okay? The first ABCD is the first cycle. Now we need to understand, no matter how many questions you have, please ask me, because if we don't understand the waves, simply put, we cannot trade with confidence. Okay, so please don't worry if some things are not understood. Karthik, let's begin from this starting point. A, then the first high is B, a pullback. When the pullback ends, it is C, and the new high is D. Two rules to remember, please. Those who are joining fresh or joined just now, please, we are just beginning to define a trend and label. So we have not missed anything. Once the first ABCD is complete, our C turns into A and D turns into B. So we have a new AB boundary in place. Once we have the new AB boundary in place, the next corrective decline becomes our C. This becomes C. That becomes D. Okay. We have a new ABCD in place. Okay. Okay. I hope everyone has got it now. Then again, C becomes A. D becomes B. Clear? That's the next screen. Okay. I hope we are in line with the screens until now, because we are see this very important. Why I keep saying it's very important, because we are going to define the trading strategy now, just in a few screens. We are going to define exactly how to trade. Okay. With the waves, we need to know and understand the trend lines. Okay. Now, the importance of trend lines, we will not understand in these 30 minutes. But you keep doing the trend lines the correct way, and in the next few weeks or months, you will realize, or we will realize rather, that trend lines are so human. Believe it or not, even after 15 years, I keep on doing the trend lines, and all the time I'm amazingly surprised to see how human touch it provides. It is a very simple tool. You can compare it with the RSI, but rather than the RSI, if you draw the trend lines with your own hands, a tool, you will start enjoying the game really well. Now, there are two types of trend lines. Kindly pay attention how to draw them. One is the immediate trend line, the other one is the intermediary. Actually, there are three types of trend lines: immediate, intermediate, and long term. Long term is when we do practicals, I will show it to you. Let's understand how the immediate and intermediate trend lines are drawn. Now you can give an analogy for immediate trend line as our shadow. When we are walking in daylight, our shadow is constantly following us. If we turn, our shadow will also turn. So immediate trend lines are like shadows. They go close to the market price action. And when the market turns, they also turn. So these immediate trend lines, they keep changing. They might keep changing. All right. Not always, but keep in mind that they might change. Intermediary trend line are a bit far from the market. They indicate medium term trend. All right. Immediate breaks, intermediary will come into picture. Intermediary breaks, some other one will come into picture. That story we will understand in trading zones. Now, how to draw the immediate trend line? Point number one, when you are plotting the ABCDs, and when you have plotted the ABCDs, find the last ABCD. Because this is an uptrend, we can also say find the last up ABCD. Here's the last up ABCD, correct? Connect the lows of A and C and draw a straight line without cutting a candle between A and D. I repeat, sir, please listen carefully. Connect the lows of A and C and draw a straight line so that you are not cutting any candle between the first A and the last D. Exactly how I have drawn here. This is a straight line connecting the low of A and C, and there is no candle cut between this A and that D. Clear? I'll repeat very quickly. Find the recent or last up ABCD, connect the lows of A and C, draw a straight line without cutting a candle between A and D. That is your immediate trend line. Now, why we need to know this, I'll give you an example. After this D, there will be a pullback, correct? After a new high is formed, market pulls back. You remember the rules we discussed last session. When the market is pulling back, the first support that it's going to get is somewhere around the immediate trend line. So if you have drawn the immediate trend line correct, you might get the first shout out from the market, whether it is bouncing from the immediate trend line or not. Clear, sir? Okay, let's move further. Intermediate trend line. How to draw the intermediate trend line? Find the first A, B, C, D and connect the first A and the C. Draw a straight line without cutting a candle between the first A and the last D. Don't cut a candle between the first A and the last D. So, in a nutshell, when you draw the outer trend line, it will be like one line which is passing across your entire screen and no single candle is cut. Let me just try and give you a practical example of how to do this. Okay, let me just quickly, because we are discussing an uptrend, I need to bring up an uptrend. Okay, and here's an uptrend. I have to, I'll just move, because we are going to do an inner line and we are going to do an intermediate trend line. All right, I'm also going to do the plotting very quick. I hope you are able to see the chart clearly. I hope you are able to see the chart. I'm doing the ABCDs here. Just in a couple of screens, we will find a way to define a trade setup. Okay, and then C becomes A. See, don't forget to plot the last AB boundary as well. Many people or many traders do a mistake. They leave the chart as it is. Last AB is missing. Please don't do that. You need to be with the last ABCD. I'm going to hide the chart because we want to deal with the uptrend first. Okay. Now, immediate trend line will go to the last ABCDs. Which is the last ABCD, sir? A, B, C, and D, correct? Okay. I've connected the lows of A and C, a straight line, and have not broken any candle in between. Let's say the price action was slightly higher, slightly okay. Let's say the market is here. Should I keep the trend line as it is, or should I connect this low? I want a feedback from your side. Should I keep the candle as it is, or should I connect this low? Is this the correct trend line, sir? Is it the correct trend line? Mr. Khan has answered. Karthik is also saying yes, it is. Anybody else would like to add something? Mr. Dias, Brother Irazo, Ravi.
Hey,
What do you think about this trend line, brothers? Is it a correct trend line?
yeah. Oh, but this one is not.
This is not the one we have to consider. Okay, I don't understand that. The answer is either yes or no. That's all.
Uh, no.
No, that's it. Why the answer is no? Because we have to consider only until the last high. Until the last high. Please remember the rule. Draw a straight line connecting the lows of A and C without cutting a candle between A and D. That's all. That is the rule. After that, if the candles are breaking, it is not our problem. Market is doing something else. I hope it is clear, sir. Most common mistake is you never want candles to cut. You keep on moving your lines like that just to protect the candles from not cutting. It's incorrect. I hope it's clear now. And that is the outer trend line. Now I'm doing an trend line here. Please tell me if it is correct or not. Kindly give your input, please. It has okay. Dias has already answered no. Okay, everyone has answered no. That is amazing. So all of us are on the same page that the trend line which Hirsch has just drawn is incorrect. And I also believe that you have your reasons because more than the right answer, we should be reasonable. The answer is I am cutting so many candles. See, I have connected the first C, correct. That is okay. But the rule which takes precedence is not to cut the candles. So I have to adjust in such a way that no candle is cut between the first A and the last D. Now is it okay, sir? The first A and the last D. Now is it okay? And now I'm not cutting any candles. Perfect, sir. Let's go. Let's go ahead. I hope I hope we are all on the same page. Now only two more screens and we are going to define clear steps to find out a trade. And believe it or not, it can be done on any instrument. Today's session is entry point and stop loss. Next session is we will get the price of target prices. Okay. All right. Now, please let's discuss very logically. Okay. Very logically. We don't know any jargon. We don't know technical stuff. We don't know technical words. But I'm only asking a simple, plain question. On this screen, just as a layman, please, can we can we discuss where we would like to buy and where we would like to sell it so that we can make some profits? Only simple question. Where would we buy and or sell so that we can make profits? Okay, Karthik is saying buy at A. Mr. Khan is saying buy on the trend line. Okay. A to B buy, B to C sell. Okay. No, 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 no. Mr. Dias. Okay, okay. Just one clarification. We are in an uptrend, so we just have to define 2 points. Uptrend means prices are rising. So where we would buy and where we would close the position so that we'll take profits. Is that clear now? The question is clear? Yes, yes, yes. Ha. No problem, sir. It was maybe my question was misunderstanding. Uptrend means we have to consider rising market. A buy, B sell. Okay, Karthik is saying A buy, B sell. All of you agree to this or you want to change something, please? We have to come to only one rule, one unanimous rule. Okay, I think we are getting thumbs up here. most of Mr. Khan, are you agreeing now? Your answer is also correct, sir. Okay, now we have got another answer from our friend. Buy on C. Okay, where would you sell, sir? If you buy on C, D, you would like to sell on D, correct? Okay, so now we have got two groups of answers. Karthik is saying buy at A and sell at B, and Mr. Khan is saying buy at C and sell at D. Now, logically, is there any difference between the two? Is there any difference between the two answers? Okay, Karthik is saying no. Mr. Dias, Ravi, what are your takes? Is there any difference between Brother Irazo is also saying no? Okay. All right, sir. Logically, there is no difference between Mr. Khan's answer and Karthik's answer, but only one difference, sir. One difference. The occurrence of C will be first, and then A will occur. See, we cannot. Can we buy at this point? Can we buy at this point? You tell me. This is A. Can we go and buy at this point? Why? Why we cannot buy at that point, Karthik? Because we don't know what the market is going to do after this point. It can go and continue lower as well. Okay. So we have to allow, yes, it is the base. We don't know what is going to happen. So we have to allow market to print B, and then we have to allow the market to form a C, which is the correction is over. Yes, allow the market to make a high, which is B, and then allow the market to pull back to form a C. We will this is more confident buy, correct, Karthik? Now do you agree?
Yeah, I
This
also consider the same thing, sir. Because, say, the first swing has to happen. Next, our buy position should be A, the second A. So that's where I wanted to mention, but meanwhile, others has mentioned the C and D. That would
perfect,
be the
perfect, perfect. So the logic is clear. Now I will only simplify it. Perfect. I'm only saying the first occurrence is C. So Karthik was also saying A, but he said A. So can we define buy at C and sell at D, Karthik? Just to clear simplify things, because the first occurrence is of C. Can we define buy at C and sell at D? Everyone, sir, Mr. Dias, Brother Iraz or Karthik, Mr. Khan, everyone agree to this now? Buy at C. Okay, Srishti is also here. Buy at C and sell at D. Okay. All right, sir. Now, now this logic is clear, means we have done 80% of our thing. Now only we have to define a few steps which will help us find a C and then buy it, and then D will keep for the next week. Okay. Few steps to find out C. Let's do that. This is all clear. We need to buy C, close D, buy C, close D. All is clear. Okay, this is the trading strategy for uptrend. Buy at C and close at D and stop at A. Now, please listen carefully the steps to find C and buy it. Okay, please listen carefully. Step number one, plot ABCDs. Step number two, plot trend lines, immediate and intermediate. Step number three, find the recent up AB boundary. Recent up AB boundary. This will be the up AB boundary. Okay. Step number four. This we are going to discuss in the next story, but please remember step number four. Plot Fibonacci ratios on the ABCD boundary. I'm just telling you, sir, we will discuss next session when you plot Fibonacci ratios across ABC boundary. 4 lines will be drawn like this, 4 horizontal lines. Okay. So fourth step is plot Fibonacci ratios across AB boundary. This will be Fibonacci ratios. Fifth step is wait for C to appear. We are at this point right now. We have to wait for C to appear. Where the C will appear? The C will appear at these points. Fibonacci ratio is passing. One of the Fibonacci ratio is passing. Some trend line is passing nearby. Past resistance becoming future support. Remember past resistance becoming future support. So I'll repeat. Fibonacci ratio is passing nearby, or trend line is passing nearby, or past resistance becoming future support zone is there, and something will happen. Something will happen over here. What would be that thing? It will be a bullish signal appearance. A bullish signal will appear. See, first three are optional. Fibonacci ratio passing, or trend line is passing, or past resistance becoming future support zone. These are optional. But signal is mandatory. Bullish signal. So bullish signals are three bullish signals. Tweezer bottom, engulfing bullish, and a morning star. That has to appear. Once it has appeared, that means C is confirmed. Then you can go and buy the C, place your stop loss below A, that is the sixth step, and target at D. All right, sir, 6 steps clear. Should I repeat one more time? Plot ABCD, plot your trend lines, find the recent AB boundary, plot plot Fibonacci ratios across AB boundary. Fifth step, wait for C to appear. It will appear around the Fibonacci ratio or trend line or past resistance becoming future support zone, and signal appears. So C is appeared now. Sixth step, buy the C, stop below A and target at D. Is it understood now? We will do the practical. I'll find out a trade for us now. Okay. All right. Once the practical is, I'll show the practical, and then you will be clearly understanding what I'm trying to say here. All right. I hope everyone has understood. So let's go to the downtrend now. I hope everyone is on the same page. Let's go to the downtrend cycle. So now downtrend cycle is exactly the opposite of what we've discussed in the uptrend. It does not go in a straight line. It goes in 3 steps. The first step is a downswing. The second step is a correction or a pullback. And the third step is again a downswing. Okay. The ABCDs are reversed. We start from the highest point A, B, C, and D. Okay. The downtrend means you're doing your ABCDs. The first ABCD, okay, and once the first ABCD is plotted, C turns into A, D turns into B, and the cycle repeats. Lower lows and lower highs. When the market is making lower highs and lower lows, it is in a downtrend. It's all exactly the opposite what we just discussed in an uptrend. That's why I'm going a bit quick, because I want to do practicals also, spend some time with you on charts. Again, A, B, C, D plotting is done like this. A, B, C, and D. Remember the rules. C will always be in between AB. D will always go below B. Once the first ABCD is complete, C turns into A, D turns into B. Again, we got to find out, we'll have a C and then D, and this cycle continues until the downtrend is in place, correct? We had trend lines uptrend, we got trend lines and a downtrend. Same rules, find the last ABCD on the downside, on the recent ABCD. Draw a straight line connecting the highs of A and C. That will be immediate trend line. Draw a trend line connecting the first A and whichever possible C. Don't cut the trend line. Don't cut any candles. Sorry, not the trend line. Connect the top of A and C without cutting candles between A and D. For immediate, start with first A, connect whichever C is possible, but don't cut a candle between the first A and the last D of the entire screen. Okay, I will show the downtrend also on the screen, but let's complete the strategy first. So in an uptrend, we were buying the C, selling the D, correct? The strategy for an uptrend was buy the C and sell the D. Here the strategy will reverse. It will be sell the C and buy the D. See, uptrend means prices are rising. It is logical to enter buying first when the market is rising, and it is logical to enter selling first when the market is falling. All right. So sell the C and buy the D. Now, one mistake. Sometimes you make one mistake. Okay, most of the time, what happens? You sell the C and then you buy the D. Okay, profit is realized. Then again you buy the D. Okay, and wait for C to sell. That is wrong, sir. This is wrong because you are entering buying in a downtrend. That is very risky. So simply find the C, sell it, find the D, close it. That's it. Then wait for another C again to sell. Don't double buy over there. Clear, sir? A very common mistake. Many aggressive traders do that. They double buy and then they wait for C to appear, and boss, C never appears only. It goes continuously lower and then you are stuck in the downtrend. Is this point taken, sir? In a rising market, always buy the C and take profit at D. Yes, sir. I know that everybody has does. I also have done this so many times. That's why whenever I say don't do this means you understand Harsh has done it. All right, because we've all been through that phase. Okay, sir. Now let's continue, please. So the strategy for a downtrend is sell the C and buy the D. All right. Yes, sir. Almost 15 years. I've done everything, including blowing the account also when I was starting. Okay, so you need to sell here, sell C, close here, sell C, close here, sell C, close here. Okay, and this is the strategy for downtrend: sell the C, stop above A, close at D. Sell the C, stop above A, close at D. All right. Now the sixth step for finding a C. First step, plot your ABCDs. Now see, we have to simply meticulously follow the 6 steps. That's all. Don't do anything creative. And we have to follow the step by step. First step is plot ABCD. So unless and until you have completed plotting ABCD completely, don't go to step number 2, please. Don't skip the steps. Otherwise, there will be problems. And I'm saying because of experience, if you want to try, you can try also. So first step, do your ABCDs. Second step, do your trend lines. Third step, find recent AB boundary. Fourth step, plot your Fibonacci. Once you plot the Fibonacci, 4 horizontal lines will come across. Fifth step, wait for C to appear. Sorry. Fifth step, wait for C to appear. It will be like, C will be like this. Where the C will form, Fibonacci ratio is passing, or trend line is passing, or past support is becoming future resistance, and signal appears. Please remember, all the three are, all other three are or, a signal is and. So we have to compulsory find the signal. The signal has to appear. All right. Now I'm going to we are going to spend at least 10 minutes on charts. I told you the session might extend for a few minutes because it's a practical session also. So please don't mind, stay with me and we'll try to find out the trade for uptrend and downtrend. Okay. I'm going to remove certain things. I'm going to find out a simple wave and do some things here. Uh-oh. That Euro USD chart of Saxo Bank has really split like anything. Okay, first I'll show you what a downtrend. Okay, first let's do an uptrend. I need to simplify the chart because I don't want to take a very complex chart in the beginning itself. Okay. Fair enough. Everyone is able to see the screen here, right? It looks like an uptrend, rising market. Okay. Let us start to plot now. Just follow I'm labeling for the first chart. Then I will use arrow marks to save time. C becomes A, D becomes B, then you have a C here, and then got D there, slightly higher than the previous high, okay? Again, C becomes A, D becomes B, there is a C here, and then we go straight, and these 2 points are almost same, but I would like to do a small ABCD here as well, so that is a D. Again, we have A, B, C, and D, and then C. Uh-oh, we have a question. Okay, where did I do so? Okay, here. C, D, again A, B, C, and one more text, D, and we have got A and B. Okay. Now I'm going to add one more concept which we have not done in the theory. So it will help us to find out a trade signal. Now let's do the inner line first. Inner line is last A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So I'm going to do a trend line here quickly. Connect the lows of A and C and don't cut the candle between A and D. Now I'm cutting the candle here. Is it okay? I'm cutting the candle on the right hand side. Is it okay, sir? Yes, it is okay. Okay. My brother Dias says no. Hear the question now. Amel, why do you think it is incorrect, brother? Just because I'm cutting a candle, correct? Just because I've cut a candle, you think it is incorrect, correct? All right. Okay, now the rule is, let me repeat the rule again. Find the last ABCD. We have found the last ABCD. Correct? Draw a straight line connecting the lows of C and A and C in such a manner that you are not cutting candles between A and D. I repeat, draw a straight line connecting the lows of A and C without cutting a candle between A and D. That is, in this area, I should not cut a candle. Now, I am not cutting any candle in this area. Brother Dias, if you notice, I am cutting the candle after D. Is this point getting clear? All right, all right. Because this is a very common mistake. Most traders would not want to cut any candle. They will draw the trend line like this. Okay, when you ask them why you draw this trend line like that, okay, sir, this is A, that is B. Now C is forming somewhere here. Now the D will form. That is a wrong understanding of the chart. Market has already broke one small trend line, and it might do something else. It might resume the trend also, but at least for now, this trend line is gone. Am I clear, sir? Is it clear now, everyone? I think only Brother Dias was confused, but I think now it's clear. All right. That's why attending the practical sessions are so important. And here's the outer trend line or intermediate trend line. Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. Now I want to discuss one concept which we have not discussed in the theory. No cutting candles. Yes, no cutting candles between A and D. Sir, no cutting candles between A and D. I have connected this point. Naturally, no candles are cutting. I am not trying to do anything. Okay. Now, one more rule that we need to understand, or one more, because we need to enlarge the horizon of our view. We have seen like this: A, B, C, D, then again C and D, then again C and D, then again C and D. Now, when so many ABCDs come into picture, and specifically when some trend lines are cut, I don't want to discuss that right now because we will discuss this in the trading zones, but just a quick example. Now, tell me, sir, market was in which trend earlier? It was in a downtrend, correct? It was in a dropping trend. Now it is broke the trend line and it is now beginning to rise. It is now just beginning to rise. Now, when such a situation happens and you have so many ABCDs in place, please, when so many ABCDs are in place, now enlarge your vision and make this as capital A and capital B. Okay? You have to enlarge your vision. The entire boundary will be AB. Now, one more reason to make this as AB. Just imagine we are here. Okay, just imagine we are here. We are at this point. Can we buy at that point? I am drawing the Fibonacci ratio. First AB. Do you see that the Fibonacci ratio is matching around 50%? It's the first cycle. Remember, the first cycle you will not have a trend line. You will only have Fibonacci and a candlestick pattern. I can switch the chart to a candlestick pattern. Okay. First C would have bought here, and we have not done the target, but I am also doing this target to make you understand that this target was somewhere 453 and some 562. This target was of the first cycle. Now you see the market went up to 530 and now it is pulling back. So when such things happen, you have to simply convert or enlarge your vision and make this entire boundary as one. AB boundary. This I have not discussed in theory, but it's a practical thing. We need to do this. Okay? Because I can only show the historic price movement. I cannot predict a future without this logic. Otherwise, I can only show the historic movement. Now we have a complete AB boundary. Please note the entry point, stop, and exit point. I am doing Fibonacci across the AB boundary. Okay. Now this area, note this area, please. That is past resistance. Let me take a green box. This area is past resistance becoming future support. All of you agree? Past resistance zone becoming future support. All of you agree? Okay. All right. Do you see that the 50% Fibonacci is coming around the same region? 1.0356. Okay. So you've got past resistance becoming future support. You've got Fibonacci 50%. And if prices drop after some time, if the prices drop around this region, something like this, okay, let's say markets drop and then they pull back. Now, please don't ask me how I am able to do this. You will also be able to do after a while, okay? This is called projecting the market path. Right now, only watch. Okay, let's say it drops a bit and then pulls back and then again it comes back to this region. Past resistance becoming future support, 50% Fibonacci. Maybe it goes to 60%. There is a backside of the trend line. So many things would match up. So that zone is a potential buy for us, a potential C for us. Right now the market is not here. Right now the market is midway. But we are able to plan. Okay, now which is this range? 1.0316. Now I want you to, everyone, please note this trade, okay? Because by the time we are meeting next session, next Tuesday, this would have already happened. So this range 1.0315 and 1.0350, let's say this range. Please note this range, I'm typing it here. Potential buy around 1.031030, okay? Stop loss below A. Which is your A point, sir? This is my A, 1.0178. So we have to be below that. So let's say 20, 30 points below that, 1.0150 or maybe 40 for safer side, 30 points lower. 1.0140, okay? Target, we will decide the theory of the target next session, okay? But I will give you the target right now, how to find the target. Just wait for one more week. Next week onwards, you will be able to do this with extreme confidence and with theoretical knowledge. The target is up on your screens now. Watch the red lines. Target is 1.0740. That is the first target. And the second target is 1.0980. Forget about 1.0980. Please note down the first target, 1.0740. 1.0740. Please note this trade down, sir. You will gain a lot of confidence that how this theory works, how the waves are working. Target at 1 point. Okay, my battery is low. I need to connect the power. 1 minute. Target is 1 point. Where's the cursor? I lost the cursor. Just a moment. 1.0740. Okay. Now that is how to deal an uptrend. We have just plotted ABCDs. We took a larger AB boundary and we have found a C. Please go ahead, sir. What is your doubt?
Sir, actually, the point is we are looking for buy signal only, but the trend line has cut down and the trend has changed, right? Here, if you consider, like I mean, A, B, C, D.
Yes.
So in
On the
that
15
scenario, how
minutes,
come
on this chart, you are correct. But I wanted to give you a simplified view. Now, wait for 1 minute. I will clear your doubt. Wait for 1 minute. Okay. Is it okay if is, do you all agree that this is a downtrend? I'm not plotting ABCDs to save time, but do you all agree this was a downtrend? ABCDs were there, correct? Now, this trend line is okay. This trend line is okay. Only okay. Three of them are answering. My other friends, Mr. Dias, brother Irazo, Srishti, Narendra. Are you all okay with this? The downtrend. There was downtrend, and now the downtrend has the trend line is broke. Now I've not discussed trend line break. That's why I was trying to simplify the view. But once you know a bigger picture after 2 3 stories, you will start seeing what I see with the grace of God right now. So suddenly you will say, okay, boss, the trend line is broken. Now the resistance is also broken. You see here, resistance is also broken. So now, which is your AB boundary? Karthik, can you tell me which is your AB boundary now? Karthik, can you tell me?
the base, the base of that the candle, the day low? Yeah, yes, that one is A,
A,
and B
B.
is going to be the first swing. The no, I mean,
Is this B okay?
yeah, yeah, yes,
All of you agree? Everyone in this room agree to what Karthik is saying? This is A and that is B. Every one of you are agreeing, correct? Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, okay? Just 5 minutes back, did I not print A here and B there? Karthik,
yes, sir. You have printed the same thing.
so that's why I'm saying the view is the same, but I have not shown the trend line break earlier. That's why I'm asking you to simplify. Just to simplify the view, I'm putting this as AB on a 15 minutes or hourly chart. Actually, on a daily chart, an AB boundary is formed. So we are waiting for what, sir? We are waiting for C to appear. Now can you realize that we have done correct?
Yes, sir.
Or we are still having a doubt? If you're still having a doubt, let me know. I will clear further.
No, sir. The point is, when we plotted it in 15 minutes, then I thought like, I mean, the trend line has broken and so we should see for the sell signal. Now, in
No,
the larger scale, after it changes to the daily time frame, so now I realize like, I mean, it is going to be the uptrend.
exactly. Now my problem is we are in the third story, correct? We are in third story. Now I have to tell every story differently, bit by bit. I want to show an elephant to you, and your eyes are closed right now. So I am trying to show you this is the trunk, this is the body, this is the tail, this is the leg differently. After 5 stories, you will know the time frames, You will know what is daily chart, what is hourly chart, what is 15 minutes chart, what is supposed to be done where, and then all the stories will mix up. By the seventh story, everything will mix up. One story. And then there will not be, then you already know where to start from.
Our view is something like, it's going intraday or something. So
Yeah.
your view is something big, like,
No, no, no. Intraday, see, intraday you would have sold here, correct?
yes, sir.
Because the trend line was broke. I actually gave a sell signal here with a
Yes,
target of 1.0340. But if I start discussing sell in an uptrend, then you will be totally confused.
got it. Got it.
That's why I'm taking you step by step. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
If we have find AB boundary on 1 day time frame, then on which time frame should we look for bullish signal? Okay, this question is very logical. Khan Saab, this question is logical. Let's say you found out an AB boundary on the daily chart. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. So you have the AB boundary. What the spread your Fibonacci retracement, sir? Okay. Wait for C to appear somewhere around 61.8% Fibonacci or 50% Fibonacci at backside of the trend line. Now, backside of the trend line logic, I will explain when the trading zone is considered. Allow the prices to drop. Let's say the prices are dropping now. Have you all noted the trade signal that we just did? Have you all noted? Buy around 1.030010. Yes, okay. Because that is important for you to realize where the trade is going to be. Mr. Khan, let's say the price is coming down lower, lower, lower. If you wait for a signal on daily chart, it will take 3 days, at least 2 days or 3 days, correct? Trees a bottom or engulfing bullish, 2 days. If you don't want to wait for those 2 days, flip the chart to a 1 hour. On a 1 hour chart, the Fibonacci ratio somewhere here. Find the signal on an hourly chart. You will get the signal in 3 hours. Okay. This question is an advanced thing. I wanted to teach when the time frame was to be done. But since the question is asked, it is my duty to make you understand. Please don't worry. By the time I say that we are ready to trade, everything will be discussed. We are still not ready to trade. We are finding out C. We still have to find out D. And then we have to do some small things like risk management and time frame, etc. But please let me know, are you all clearly able to understand how to find C now? Yes or no? Or if you have doubts, you can send an email, no problems. But principally, do you agree that all 6 steps? If you all agree to these 6 steps, then I wanted to remind you of one thing which I had promised in the first story, that by the end of the third story, we will have answer to all questions. What to do, when to do, where to do, and why to do. Remember, first session we started with what to do. And I told you that by the end of the third story, all answers will be with you. Do you have the answer now, Karthik or Mr. Khan? What to do, when to do, where to do, and why to do. What is the answer, sir? The answer to all these 4 questions, what is it? The answer to all the 4 questions is C. Yes, follows the 6 steps is correct, but the answer to all 6 questions, the answer to all 4 questions is C. You have to do everything at C. What to do, buy or sell, where to do at C, when to do when the C appears, why to do because the C has appeared. Everything that we are doing, and everything that we are supposed to do in the next 4 stories is only revolving around one point, and that point is the point C. Believe it or not, I'm telling you, finding our target is the most simplest thing. In fact, the targets will come to you before the entry. I just gave you the target, right? 1.0740. We just found the target 1.0740, did we? Yes or no? We found the target right now. Do we have an entry yet? Our entry price we have or not? We don't have the entry yet. Our entry point, we have to wait. Our entry point is 1.030020 zone. We have to wait for that entry point, but the target is already there. You understand? It's no big job to find out targets. The only hard thing to do is find out the entry point. Believe it or not, if you have understood this much in what, less than 2 hours, then you will be very good by the end of 7 stories. If you be with me along with the practicals on your own, this is one thing I can assure. All right. I think we can bring this session to a pause now. If you all agree, we can bring this session to a pause. If you do have any other questions or doubts, you can ask me right now, or you can send me an email to this address, harsh.jappi@gtcfx.com. Any practice you do, any chart you do, any labeling you're doing, I know Mr. Khan is sending regularly, Karthik has also started, all others, if you really want to learn this art of analyzing chart, then practice as each story unfolds, and you will be very good at the end of the 7th story, I promise. All right, sir, if you don't have any questions right now, let's bring this session to a pause. Thank you for the extended session here. It always extends because it's a practical session. And we will meet next Tuesday again around the same time, 4 p.m. Dubai. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Dias. Thank you, Mr. Khan, Mr. Pathak. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Brother Irazo, and everyone. Thank you, Srishti.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
So the point is, I mean, though we are trading in a intraday or something, so we need to check for this a daily time frame, I mean, trend line, or so how it should be like, I mean.
Okay. This question I would answer in time frames normally, but since you are asking
Mhm.
whether you are trading, see whichever time frame you are trading, let's say you are trading intraday, you want to trade intraday, then at least get the trend of 1 hour or 4 hours.
Okay.
So the thing is, the more bigger picture you have in your subconscious, the more easy it becomes to trade any time frame of your choice.
Okay. Okay.
Right now, the story in Euro USD is like it has formed a bigger AB boundary. It is correcting. So intraday, I would like to sell until 1.030020. But after that, I will flip my trade from sell to buy.
Got it.
Last 3 days, we have kept on buying.
Yeah. Got it.
Now, short-term traders, we have told book profits. Aggressive traders, we have told sell. And positional traders, we have said don't do anything. Positional long-term traders. So there are 3 different strategies.
Okay.
You
Got
will
it.
understand everything as all the stories unfold, sir.
Sure, sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Arnold. Thank you, Gabriel. It is. I thank you again for joining, Gabriel.
Sir, I need the recording. I'll share you the with the
Yes,
emails.
yes. I see. Just a second. All the recordings are going to go on YouTube now. I've simplified everything.
Oh,
I'm
super.
sharing the channels for you. All education and live sessions. I just forgot to copy paste earlier, but since you have asked it now,
Ping the
this
link
is
that so that we'll be able to access those recordings, sir.
this is the link. These are the links.
Okay.
English theory, English live, Hindi live.
Okay. Okay.
So you can always access it.
Sure. Sure. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you again, everyone, and we'll end the session here.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Irazo and Mr. Dias.